Hey everybody, I'm Lauren Plant. This is Matt Mowry, the digital managing editor at StateChampsNetwork.com. Do you go to our website? I'll bet you don't go there enough. There is great content that we're putting up there each and every day, all week long. Matt is working diligently at finding great stories and, of course, also providing rankings. And you recently had the top 25 softball team rankings debut. Tell me about that process and who you really feel is at the top.
It was a lot of sifting through a lot of responses from coaches, and you can't necessarily just go off of, who had success last year, because there are a lot of teams that had big senior classes that graduated a lot of people or graduated very key players, so they don't think that they're necessarily going to be key contenders this year. And then there are the programs that kind of have that tradition where they're there every year. I think when we're looking at the very top, we're looking at a lot of KLA West teams with Howell and Heartland and Canton being key contenders. And then you're looking at some OAA Red teams in Lake Orion and then Clarkston at the very top of our list. And then there are also three MAC Red teams that are very good. Quite a big contingent of Southeast Michigan teams. We've got teams from all over the state. We've got Escanaba, who won their the Division II title behind Gabby Sallow last year. We have Millington in D3, who brought everyone back from last year's team. They made it to the finals. And we've got a bunch of D4 teams also that could be contenders for that title.
What else do we have going on at the website right now?
Well, we're avoiding rain and cold weather, which is what we're trying to do, and so sometimes it's a little hit or miss on what we're trying to get. I was able to make it out to Brighton to see the top 10 Bulldogs on Monday in baseball, and they got shut out by Salem. So that's kind of how that goes. They were going to go back at it again, I believe, Wednesday for the rematch. And on Tuesday, I was able to see the defending D1 girls soccer champs, Novi, that they were 1-1 with Northville in their season opener back on April 26th, and they haven't given up a goal since. They've got 6 straight shutouts for the Wildcats since then, and so they've really been cruising, locking it down defensively. The rest of the week, we're hopefully going to get out and see Garden City Country Day baseball. I believe both of those are ranked teams. We're going to see them on Thursday, and then we're also going to try to do a couple capsules on some of the Michigan high school players that might be drafted in the NFL draft, which is starting on Thursday. We're going to try to throw that together in the next day or so.
Who would you say, right off the top of your head, is somebody that looks like they will be drafted this weekend?
One of them that is a little maybe surprising, given the fact that when he first declared for the draft, people thought, really, what are you doing? Sean Bunting from Central Michigan, from, I believe, Chippewa Valley. He was somebody who was a very good player in high school, but he wasn't necessarily one of the very highly recruited players. He was, kind of that. I think he was kind of that next tier. But people have been very enamored with his workout numbers and the tape that they saw. And with the coaching change in Central Michigan, I think he just kind of wanted to start his next chapter. But it looks like he's going to be somebody who is going to be drafted relatively early. And then there are some other players. I mean, obviously there are the ones at the Big Ten schools that everybody knows about, but there are some other players here and there.
The Mike Weber.
Yeah, exactly. Mike Weber is probably somebody who once he ran that 40-yard dash at the combine, his stock, just started to jump up as well.
Yeah, and I really firmly believe that maybe not the next draft, but the one at least after that and beyond that, we've got so many players, especially linemen, that are going to be eligible. They, once they're eligible to go to the draft, they'll probably jump to the draft, all playing at big primetime programs. Anything else?
We're going to see some softball at the Howell Invitational on Saturday, where we've got 4 ranked teams. We've got number 2 Howell, number 18 Anchor Bay, number 20 Macomb, Dakota, and number 23 Eaton Rapids. And Eaton Rapids is really kind of the team that I kind of want to see. They had a huge group of sophomores last year, 9 sophomores that led them to their first regional title since 1981. And led them all the way to the semis, where they lost to Escanaba in Division II. And one of those, that sophomore group are now juniors now. One of the juniors that I really want to get a look at is their pitcher, Grace Lato, who was 23-4 last year, but can also crush the ball, hit .520 with 60 RBIs and 11 home runs. So kind of want to get a fix on her, because I've seen Howell already, and I saw Anchor Bay at another tournament, and I want to get a chance to see Macomb, Dakota, but want to get a chance to see.
Get some video of her, because Donnie Dreher talked about her as one of the Michigan coaches, saying this is the person, being Leto, that you really need to be watching. So we will get that. So all right, Matt Mowry, thank you very much. Also, Scott Bernstein's got his Bernie's Bites blog going, and we'll be definitely ramping up more recruiting talk as we kind of dip a little deeper in the spring, start getting to that hot stove summer talk. And then, of course, everything else beyond that. So make sure you're just bookmarking statechampsnetwork.com. Where can they follow you on Twitter if they want to see everything you're doing?
Follow my main account, which is Matthew B. Mowry, just my full name with my middle initial. There's Out of L Field, which is my baseball and softball one. And then in basketball season for both boys and girls basketball, there's full court coverage.
Right. Okay. So, and if you search Matt Mowry, just the name, you'll have a veritable plethora of options to see what he is up to. So that is the update of what is happening online. Check it out now.